Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is Wednesday, May 24th, 2023. It's a little after 10 o'clock. And it's a bit wet. Actually, it's kind of, let me see. It's kind of stopped. It's been kind of misty. It hasn't really been raining too bad, but just that kind of light stuff. No big deal. Still brought an umbrella just in case. Oh my goodness. The trolls have come back, much like the cockroaches keep coming out over here at the pad over here. Still on the ultimately mad world here in Southern California, especially Los Angeles here. Geez, you just you can't really seem to do anything. You can't help anybody nowadays without getting a whole lot of flack, right? Being a good old-fashioned good Samaritan and stuff like that. So a lot of you folks that have been with me throughout the years since I was out here on the skids and daily, and good days, bad days. Also when I was feeding the homeless over here, well, all over Pasadena, doing the other channel with the pastor and everything on feedla.org. They just, it seems that people only want to focus, like, you know, kind of like some teachers in school. They always want to focus on your bad work, never really complimenting or doing anything or saying anything about whatever good you may or you are doing. So, and they want to really be poignant, but they don't want to really do the overall. Pointing out that the guy hit him first, that the elderly gentleman hit him first and stuff like that. Yeah. True. Correct. So, and then saying that, Charlie, you lied, you fucked up. The guy hit him first. Yeah, he did. It wasn't until actually I reviewed the video that I was reviewing the video and stuff like that, and queuing everything up and getting ready to show the police officer. I know. Doesn't mean I'm going to go and re-edit everything or whatever. I'm going to present it how I'm going to present it. I always do a litmus test on Facebook or whatever and kind of show folks the potentiality of a video, of a day's video, whether it be Hollywood, Los Angeles, Universal, City Walk, or, you know, anything like that. Just kind of a teaser and just to get a reaction and stuff like that. And I did that with the Friday morning madness video. That was totally unexpected. You know, that wasn't something I planned. So I just threw that up. And I also threw it up on my Nextdoor app. And for the most part, in the beginning, there was a lot of good response, a lot of positivity. Well, you know, way to go and stuff like that. And that's good. I totally appreciate that. And then later on, everything's like, well, you know, you lied, you know. He hit him first, and then a lot of folks are saying, oh, well, you know, nobody should get involved or whatever. Well, it's like, you weren't there. You're not faced with it. You weren't that gentleman. You weren't that guy on the bike and stuff like that. You weren't that man's mother and stuff getting threatened and berated and stuff like that. So yes, I did mess it up. Oh, another one that I really liked, both on the Nextdoor app and on YouTube. Wow, you're a pretty crappy, you know, video taker or whatever. Well, I'm trying to shoot with this hand, with my right hand, and I'm trying to dial 911 with the other. I must have misdialed at least 4 times, as I had said, until finally I got through. But by the time I got through and across the street and helping the other gentleman, the police, luckily that the police had just arrived and stuff like that. And then I told the operator, I go, oh, no, that's all right, operator, an officer just pulled up. So, okay, whatever. So, and then I told the officer, I go, you know what, after looking at the video, I go, I think I messed up. What I thought was the guy on the motorcycle, hitting first or whatever, because all I heard was the smacking and then the thumping, and then when I looked up, I saw the elderly gentleman getting slammed against the business front window, and I'm like, oh shit. So as I'm trying to dial, I'm hearing all this, I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, shit. And then when I looked up, it's like, oh yeah, no. So I'm assessing the traffic so I could, run across the street like that. And I told the officer, I made a mistake. She's like, oh, that's okay, you're not the only one. Everybody who witnesses a crime scene or an accident, that's why we always get the information and stuff. And then if any other questions arise, we call those people back in or whatever and question them again and stuff like that. So that's no big deal. And then after all the information was retained by the officer in charge of that scene at that time, she said, can you do me a favor? Can you please send me the video and stuff like that? And I'm like, sure, yeah, no problem, If we have any further questions or whatever, can we contact you? I go, yeah, anytime, That's why I stuck around, I could have walked off. She goes, yeah, you could have, you could have walked off. You could have left. Nobody else was helping. Everybody saw what was going on. There was a person up the street, a lot attendant, the people in the business watched, and the people in the little breezeway, that were eating breakfast at the time. They saw, but no one got up. So, I took it upon myself. And also for a lot of you folks that don't know that, and I'm going to post this also on the Nextdoor app. And for those of you that don't know what Nextdoor app is kind of like the community app. It's kind of like something different. It's nationwide. I don't know if it's new treads. I don't know if it's global wide, but I do know it's nationwide and in cities and communities and states and whatever that have their own little area and stuff that encompasses you put in. It's kind of like a Craigslist, but I believe it started off as more like the old good old-fashioned neighborhood watch and stuff like that. But now it seems to be more like a Craigslist, and then whatever, So, and I put that up, and this one particular, well, look at this, because I'm going to post this up, and this is a public community app. The one is, oh, you lied on camera. You said the biker got off his bike and attacked the guy, but that's not what happened in your video. The other one said, right, I don't know how he hasn't viewed his own video over and over again, but again, perception can differ. Libs. I did say, and I also said on my Facebook page, and my friends, I go, 2023 proposes to be the year that the Libs and the Democrats are going to keep us in stitches. They're going to keep us laughing. They're going to be like the court jester, keeping us amused. And it's true. It's been proven to be that, and it's just, I don't know how a certain set of people, political wise, and they were never really like this. Liberals and Democrats were never really like this. I don't know, maybe they feel that the ship is sinking or whatever, so they just might as well throw everything and anything. And Hillary Clinton throwing old Joe under the bus. You knew that was inevitable. I just hope they don't kill him off like it's very well thought that they might do. Might come down with a serious illness or something, but everybody's trying to play king of the mountain now on that left side, so that's kind of spooky. That's where the real empathy on my part falls on old man Joe, because we all know he's not making the brightest decisions, and Feinstein and Fetterman, and it's like, wow, you have a lot of people that should not be serving in office because of their health, but you're pushing them. that's very undignified to be doing to people, you know. And this is coming from a Republican. Now, I don't know how you really see Republicans as being so cold-hearted when it's pretty obvious that you guys don't really, you're making comments before the facts. You know, my mom always told me, you know, and this is before I even knew where we stood. I know where we stood back then, now, but, you know, you got to get your facts straight. You know, I like to listen to Democrats. I like to watch what the Democrats are saying as well on the news or whatever, and then go into comparison. And it's like, yeah, you know, I don't know how you guys are not really putting the facts off. You're coming out straight out and lying. First of all, it's not going to serve you well in the long run. You know, you're going to be hurting a lot of people. But then again, as we have seen, they don't really care about anybody. You know, as long as they're getting their money and everything. They prostitute the gay community. They prostitute the homeless community. They prostitute the black community, all for their own benefit. And what do all these communities get in the long run? Nothing but broken promises, you know? And just to spark anger, just to see that pool of crude oil on the top, and let's just throw a little match on there and see what happens. Oh God, it's awful. You know, it's just terrible. It's saddening. So, yeah, I did. I made a mistake, but then again, that's why I record. I have to do it over here, and you know, in my residence, especially with her, because, excuse me, heaven forbid something really happens, and she decides to say something awful or whatever. It's like, yeah, no, here's what happens. Look, see? Can you hear? Can you see? No, that's, yeah. So, goodness. So, that's all. I mean, that's, because, you know, it seems like the trolls just keep coming out again and again, and they only want to point out to that, you know. And it's like, well, you know, that old guy shouldn't have done that, you know, and it's like, and that lady shouldn't have. Well, that lady, you know, that was his mother, you know, so what, she shouldn't protect her son? Just because he's an older, grown, senior man, that's parental instinct, you know? It doesn't matter. You know, here the other day, locally, there was a police officer, I guess that was, there was an incident involving some kind of weird man or whatever, but when the officer, I guess, turned around, the assailant turned around and started attacking the motorcycle officer, and got it so bad that he pinned the officer down. I think it was said, I'll put the link down for the video or in the article. I guess the guy had the officer in a headlock or something like that, and luckily there were two people in a car, two gentlemen that got out and helped the officer. They interviewed the one gentleman, and he said, yeah, you know, I saw, and I had to help. You know, it wasn't right. He was on top of the police officer. And I went over there, and I was hitting him and hitting him and hitting him, but it wasn't bothering him. It was like, and he said it was something like, I don't know what, maybe or whatever, but he didn't feel it. And he said, I was afraid that maybe the guy was going to grab the officer's gun and maybe do something. Yeah, you know, I do the same thing, you know, it doesn't matter. I swear, it just seems like up until a few years ago, we didn't have, you know, it wasn't just up until just a few years ago where there was an incident somewhere, I think in the Midwest, where there was someone in a lake drowning, and there were two young adults that were videotaping, and they were saying something stupid to the guy that was drowning. And I guess they put the video up on social media, and those two individuals got in trouble. And then after everything was said and done, and I guess conviction or not, I don't remember what the final outcome was at, but they nationally said, you know, if you see something and you record and you don't do anything, you will be just as guilty and implicated as drowning that person or committing that crime, because you are seeing it. Now it's just so wicked. Now everybody just wants to record and just stand there. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh wow, you know, Look, he's falling off the cliff. It is the most insane world. And, you know, on the Nextdoor app, everybody at first started saying, oh, that's good, you know. It's a good thing that you were there. It's great that you helped out. And now, especially that one young lady is just like, wow. It's just, it's terrible. It's terrible, you know. It's very cold-hearted. Anyway, I can't see now. I was going to go do something, but I think I'm going to still try. I still have to finish this and upload it. That's about it. I wanted to touch up on that and stuff like that, especially because we've got a lot more things going on here, and it's very nuts out here. Very nuts out here in Southern California, and even more nuts out here in Pasadena. And it's not very safe anymore here in Pasadena, no matter where you are. That's pretty sad saying. All right, my friends, I will post this as soon as I can. You folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment. Pull down your pants and slide on that ice. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, we're doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button. Tell your friends and family about me, about us, what's going on. And yeah, 2023, the year the Libby lives, keeps us in stitches. My goodness. At whose expense? Everyone around them, I guess. Not me. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. If I see someone in help, that needs help, or in need, I don't care. You know, whatever race you are, whatever color you are, whatever your orientation is, and whatever your pronoun is that I don't even know, that God forbid that I have to do this again. I don't want to do this again. But if I see it, you know, I'm going to step in without thinking, you know. I did it when I was feeding the homeless over here. I was sad when that stopped, but in retrospect, for nowadays, I think it's just a lot safer now, because who knows, right? Especially here in Pasadena now. So, I guess nice guys finish last. Comments good or bad, please post. If not, email. I love you all. Stay safe, be smart, and be kind. I will be posting this also on Next app. I love you all. Bye.